Imagine a crime so brutal, so mysterious, and so widely discussed that it has haunted America for more than 7 decades. This is the story of Elizabeth Short, but the world would come to know her by a name that would chill a nation: the Black Dahlia. It was January 15th, 1947, in Los Angeles, California, a city of sunshine, movie stars, and dreams. But underneath the glamour lay a darkness that refused to stay hidden. Elizabeth Short was just 22 years old, young, ambitious, and trying to make her way in the world. She had moved from town to town, searching for work, hoping to become a Hollywood starlet. Friends described her as lively, determined, and full of dreams. Then, everything changed. On a cold January morning, a woman walking through an empty lot on South Norton Avenue discovered something horrifying. Lying in the grass was the body of a young woman, brutally murdered, mutilated, and deliberately displayed. Her body had been severed cleanly at the waist. It had been drained of blood. Her face was slashed into a grotesque, unnatural smile. There was no doubt. This was murder. The victim was identified as Elizabeth Short, but the media gave her a name that would live forever in infamy: the Black Dahlia. Police flooded the scene. Detectives searched for evidence. Witnesses were questioned. Every possible lead was chased. But there was no weapon, no blood trail, no clear suspect. The brutality suggested the killer had medical knowledge. Whoever did this knew exactly what they were doing. And just like that, America became obsessed with one question: who killed the Black Dahlia? Rumors spread across the nation. Newspapers exploded with theories. Police were overwhelmed with tips. Some said Elizabeth had been seen with dangerous men. Others believed it was a jealous lover. There were theories involving gangs, mob ties, and even doctors. One name became especially infamous: Dr. George Hodel. A wealthy physician, he drew suspicion after police uncovered disturbing circumstantial evidence. Investigators even recorded a conversation in which he allegedly said, "Supposing I did kill the Black Dahlia, they couldn't prove it now." Yet he was never charged, and the case went cold. By the end of 1947, despite massive public attention, no one was arrested. As years turned into decades, the Black Dahlia case became more than a murder investigation. It became a legend. Writers, journalists, and investigators revisited the files. Books were published, documentaries released. Cold case detectives searched for a missed clue. Some believed the killer was someone Elizabeth trusted. Others believed it was a random predator. Many feared the truth was lost forever. Even with modern DNA testing and advanced forensic tools, no definitive answer has ever emerged. And that is what makes this case so haunting. A young woman murdered in one of the largest cities in America, and a killer who vanished into history. Elizabeth Short was more than a headline. She was a life cut short, a mystery that refuses to fade. This is the story of the Black Dahlia, one of the most infamous and disturbing unsolved murders in American history. And even today, it still haunts us. At 4:16 a.m., the security camera captured something that would later terrify an entire nation. A figure dressed in full police-style tactical gear walked calmly through the halls of a church in Midlothian, Texas. They moved slowly, deliberately, almost casually. The helmet covered the face. The vest hid the body. A fake police label sat across the chest. At first glance, it looked like law enforcement, but it wasn't. This person wasn't there to protect anyone. They were there to kill. Her name was Missy Bevers. She was 45 years old, a fitness instructor, a wife, and a mother of 3. Every Monday morning before sunrise, Missy taught a Camp Gladiator fitness class inside the Creekside Church of Christ. On April 18th, 2016, she arrived early to set up equipment for her students. She never made it out alive. Before Missy arrived, the cameras recorded the suspect wandering the church halls for nearly 30 minutes. They opened doors. They smashed glass. They wandered like they had all the time in the world. No rush, no panic, no fear of being caught. It was as if they knew exactly what was coming. At 4:20 a.m., Missy entered the church. What happened next occurred mostly off-camera. But when students arrived later that morning, they found Missy dead inside the building. She had been brutally attacked. Police quickly realized this was not a random burglary. Nothing valuable was stolen. The vandalism appeared staged. The killer had waited. And then the footage was released. America watched in horror. The suspect's walk became infamous. An unnatural, almost comical gait that investigators described as distinctive. People analyzed every step, every movement, every frame. Was the suspect a man, a woman, a cop, someone pretending to be one? The disguise was perfect. Too perfect. Investigators discovered the gear was not real police equipment, but convincing enough to fool anyone at a distance. And then the theories exploded. Some believed Missy was targeted. Others believed it was a case of mistaken identity. Some suspected someone close to her. Others believed the killer was a stranger who simply crossed paths with her fatefully. Police examined Missy's personal life, text messages, phone records, social media posts. Nothing obvious explained why someone would want her dead. Then came one of the most chilling details. The killer arrived at the church before Missy. They waited inside, in the dark, alone. They knew her schedule. They knew she would be there. That single fact shifted the entire case. This was not random. This was planned. Despite national attention, countless tips, and endless analysis, the killer was never identified. Years passed. The footage remained, frozen in time, a faceless figure haunting the internet. True crime communities still debate the walk, the posture, the weapon, the motive. Was it personal, professional, a hit gone wrong, or something even darker? Missy Bevers' family continues to wait for answers. And the killer, they walked out of that church the same way they walked in, calm, silent, uncaught. To this day, the murder of Missy Bevers remains unsolved, and the footage remains one of the most disturbing videos ever released in an American murder case. Because the scariest part isn't what we saw, it's what we still don't know. Someone planned this, someone waited, someone killed, and someone vanished into ordinary life. And they may still be out there.
At 12:38 a.m., Brandon Lawson made a phone call that still haunts America. Not because of what he said, but because of how terrified he sounded while saying it.
"Please hurry. I'm bleeding. I'm going to die."
The call lasted only minutes. Then the line went dead. Brandon Lawson was 26 years old, a father, a brother, a son. On August 9th, 2013, he was driving through rural Texas late at night when he ran out of gas on a desolate highway near Bronte. It was pitch black, no streetlights, miles of empty land. Brandon pulled over and called his brother, Kyle. He sounded confused, panicked, disoriented. he told Kyle that someone was chasing him. Kyle drove to Brandon's location, while Brandon also called 911. That 911 call would later become one of the most disturbing emergency recordings ever released. Brandon's voice trembled. He said he was hiding. He said someone was after him. He said he could see people. But dispatchers heard something else. Confusion, fear, fragments of sentences that didn't fully make sense. Then Brandon vanished. When Kyle arrived, Brandon's truck was there. The engine was off. The headlights were on. The doors were open. But Brandon was gone. Police searched the area. Dogs were brought in. Helicopters circled overhead. Volunteers combed the land. Nothing. No blood. No footprints. No body. Just endless Texas wilderness. Investigators initially suspected drugs. Others believed Brandon suffered a mental break. But none of the theories explained one thing. Why would a man abandon his truck, his phone, and disappear into darkness, barefoot? Years passed. The case grew colder. Then something chilling happened. The 911 audio was enhanced, and listeners noticed something new. A second voice. Faint, almost hidden beneath Brandon's panic. Some believe someone else was there. Others believe it was radio interference. But many insist someone was whispering. Then came another detail. Search teams had walked past the exact area multiple times. But years later, human remains were found only a short distance away. The remains were confirmed to be Brandon Lawson, but the cause of death? Undetermined. No clear injuries, no clear explanation. Just bones and questions. How did he die? Who was he afraid of? Was he hallucinating? Or was someone truly there that night? Even today, the debate continues. Some believe Brandon encountered something criminal. Others believe he encountered something psychological. And some believe he encountered something we still don't understand. What makes this case horrifying isn't just that Brandon disappeared. It's that he told us. He told us he was in danger. We heard his fear. And we couldn't save him. And now, after hearing all three stories, ask yourself one question. Which one disturbed you the most? Was it the calculated silence of a killer? The footage that showed a crime before it happened? Or a man whose final words still echo through a phone call? These weren't movies. These weren't scripts. They were real people. Real fear. Real endings. If stories like these send chills down your spine, if you believe the scariest horror stories are the ones that actually happened, then make sure you subscribe to this channel, because the next story might be even closer to home. Comment below which case haunted you the most, and tell us, do you think the truth has already been missed? Until next time, lock your doors, check your surroundings, and remember, some mysteries don't want to be solved.